Welcome back to Don't Make Me Tap Again. I am your host, Angie Grant, and I'm an EFT practitioner. I use EFT, or the emotional freedom technique, or sometimes people call it tapping, to help myself, help those I love, and help the clients that I serve to regulate their nervous system, to release unnecessary energy that we're holding on to in our body. I find it to be such a simple and powerful and effective tool to have in my tool belt that I can use practically anywhere. And it's so quick and easy to use this tool. So, here in this podcast, thus far, we've been using EFT to help get our nervous system in a better space, given the energy that is happening around us. Every 6-ish days, we're transiting through a new energy. We're also on different time schedules, going through all kinds of different energies. In the background, there's so many different things that we're experiencing, but I find it really powerful to tap through the energy that we cycle through every 6 days because we tend to experience it the most and how it shows up in our life. So today we're going to tap on, it's called Gate 57. And Gate 57 tells the story about instinct or intuition, trusting our gut. We as humans tend to think, we're all taught that we use our head to make decisions. And for most of us, from a really young age, we're taught to not trust our gut. We're taught that there's somebody or something outside of us that knows what's better for us than what we do, which the more that I study me, the more that I study human design, the more that I just connect with myself, I realize that that is not the truth. We use our head to figure things out, but our head is only full of outside influence, outside ideas. When we're born, our mind is this beautiful blank slate ready for the good and the bad and the ugly. But our mind doesn't have instincts. It doesn't have that intuition that's in our gut. And that really is where we are designed to tap into our body. Each human design has a different type of decision-making strategy, but for many of us, it is trusting our gut or trusting our instincts. So with that being said, I know when one of the first big revelations that I had, so in my history, I am a bio mom. I was once a licensed foster mom. I'm an adoptive mom. And going into my parenting journey, especially through the foster and adoption process, I gained so much knowledge. This head was jam-packed full of information and knowledge and strategies to manage problematic behaviors. That I knew so much, I still do, so much about trauma and attachment and behavior management. I also, in addition to my life experiences, professionally, I was also very well trained in behavior management strategies or applied behavior analysis. And so I have this mind full of knowledge about how to handle behaviors. And so when my son joined our family, uh, there were behaviors, understandably, right? He came to us with his own story, and I had my own as well. And while in my home, we were experiencing significant challenges, my gut was telling me to handle things one way, but my mind overrid everything that my gut was telling me to do. My gut would say, he's struggling, just give him a hug. And, and my mind would say, oh, no, 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 you've been taught that that will reinforce this negative behavior. My mind would so strongly tell me that connection is for later, that right now we have a behavior to handle. And when I reflected back after things got so ugly for so long, and I then had space to reflect and understand where my role was in that really challenging relationship, I realized that the energy of Gate 57 was it. I realized that in me not listening to my gut, that's where things went awry. My gut knew what I needed. My gut knew what he needed, but my head ran the show. And so today for this energy, I also want to say too, gate 57 is part of my design. It's actually my Pluto, which is my truth. It's what helps to transform me. And I hope that you hear that as I share this story. I'm going to work on this energy for the rest of my life. Listening to my gut and not letting my head win the game every time, right? Our minds are beautiful and full of information, but our mind is not designed to make the decisions for us. Our gut is designed to make the decisions for us, and then we use our mind to figure out all the details about how we're going to make it happen. But our mind is not designed to make those decisions for us. And so this is going to be something that I work on for the rest of my life. But having that awareness that I was letting my mind run the show really is that first step to healing and to moving myself into a higher frequency when it comes to tapping into the energy of gate 57. So with that being said, though, whether or not gate 57 is part of your design, one, we're all experiencing it right now. We're all experiencing this really actually intense energy that is all about trusting your gut and listening to yourself over the next few days and really taking a moment to take a step back when your gut is telling you something, to take a step back and just listen. Don't try and figure it out. Don't let your mind override you with all of this logic about how it can't be possible or you can't make it happen. Because that's what this energy is teaching us how to do over these next few days, whether or not you have gate 57 activated in your chart, because this week you do. We all do. We all have it activated. And the other piece to that too, even if it isn't activated in your chart, right? This is the week to really tap into it and to understand it and learn from it. However, if one of your core four or your incarnation cross, if we use traditional human design language, if one of the gates in your core four are the opposite end of gate 57, which gate 57 has 3 possible ends. And I'm going to peek at my book so that I don't get this wrong, because although I know human design inside and out, I don't want to sound like a fool on my video here. So, but gate 57 is one of the most unusual gates in that it connects to 3 other gates. None of the other gates do that, just 57. And so gate 57 connects up to the throat at gate 20. It connects over to our G center at gate 10, and it connects to our sacral at gate 34. That's actually one of my superpowers, gate or channel 3457 or 5734 is one of my superpowers or one of my strengths. It's the superpower of power. It is when I'm trusting my instincts, I have this incredible power to influence others and to really make things happen in my life, but I have to trust my gut. And that's my lesson that I'm here to learn. So with that being said, let's get to tapping, because when we're in the lower frequency of this, we're not trusting our gut, or we're taking action when it's not the right timing. That's the other key lesson of gate 57 is knowing when it's the right timing. Because just because our gut says to do something doesn't mean we do it in this instance. It's our duty to hear that instinct and then wait for when the right timing is to do whatever it is that your gut's telling you to do. So when I think about my parenting journey and the power of gate 57, what keeps coming up for me is that it's really scary to trust our instincts. So that's what I'd like to tap on today, to see if it helps you to release some negative energy, to get you in a place where you can really learn from gate 57 and a powerful way to shift the way that you show up for your kids. Because that's the whole point, right? The whole reason that I created this YouTube podcast was because I want to help you create a space where you can show up different for your kids, where you can respond more than react, because that's what our kids need from us. So all you have to do is follow along, follow my actions and my words. The one thing I'll say is the last tapping point is under your arm, like where your bra strap is. That one's the hardest one to see while I'm doing the video here. So, all right. So we start on the side of our hand. So even though I struggle to trust my gut and do what's right for my kids, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I struggle to trust my gut and do what's right for my kids, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I struggle to trust my gut and do what's right for my kids, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Take a deep breath. And then on the top of the head, I struggle to trust my gut. Inside the eye, I hear my gut, but I don't listen. On the outside of the eye, I'm afraid to trust my gut. Under the eye, and sometimes I take action too quickly. Under the nose, I struggle to trust my gut. On the chin, and I'm afraid what will happen if I trust my gut. My collarbone, I struggle to trust my gut. And then under the arm, I'm afraid to trust my gut. And take another deep breath. So how are you doing? Did anything come up for you? Any shifts in energy, or perhaps some thought popped up for you? Really check in with yourself. Check in with your instincts, your intuition. And today I really encourage you to take that time to listen to you and what you need, what your kids need, and get out of your head because it doesn't know. And when you're ready to start making real powerful change, that's what I do. I really do help parents to stop reacting, start responding. And this is one of the many tools in my tool belt. So thanks for watching, and we will